All right, Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. The honors go out to the apostles, elders, great millstone, and ruin teach well. Shalom, Barakim to you, brothers and sisters out there. All right, this is Brother Malachi from the Great Millstone Nashville Camp, and Lord willing that this lesson is edifying to the hopeful elect. Salakia. I honestly didn't have a specific topic in mind, and I saw, I was like, I do want to put something up, and the elder had dropped the video saying press the button. So I'm like, you know what, elder's right, man, because ultimately, even when we have topics, it's the spirit that declares which way we go. All right, which shows that this ain't fabricated, right? We're not actors, okay? We don't act. We're not fake, all right? We're actually sincere. We actually believe this, okay? So I already had Psalms 36 pulled up. Might as well go ahead and get a couple verses out of here and just see where we go. All right, Psalms chapter 36. I'm going to probably start at verse 5. Thy mercy, O Yahweh, all right, that's important right there. The name of the Lord, all right? His name is important. Does God and his son have many titles? Yes. Do they have many names? No. All right, Proverbs 30:4. What is his name and what is his son's name if thou canst tell? If you're able to tell, if you have the understanding, what is it? It says, Thy mercy, O Yahweh, is in the heavens, and thy faithfulness reacheth unto the clouds. Thy righteousness is like the great mountains. Thy judgments are a great deep. O Yahweh, thou preservest man and beast. How excellent is thy loving kindness, O God. Therefore the children of men put their trust under the shadow of thy wings. And because we don't trust in Pharaoh. All right, Isaiah 30. And then I think Isaiah 31. We don't put our trust in Esau. We don't put our trust in carnality. We don't put our trust in America, all right, which is Babylon. We don't put our trust in money. We put our trust in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Is money a defense? Yes. Is it our savior? No. And a lot of Israelites are under this illusion that money is just going to, just solve every problem that they have. No. Even Biggie Smalls. He said, more money, more problems, which is, it's a banger. All right, which I haven't heard that song in a long time, but more money, more problems. Especially in this society, because a lot of to get a lot of this wealth and these funds, they sell out. And like it says, in Mark, what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Okay, you got Jake, which also that Jeremiah, why trimmest thou thy way? Or Slakia, you basically trim your way to seek love. Like, why are you doing that? No, man, this ain't our rest. All right, Micah 2:10. This is not where we are meant to be abundant. This is not where we're meant to actually enjoy life. This is our captivity. We're here to serve our punishment. So we expect that. All right, Micah 7:9. It says, They shall be abundantly satisfied with the fatness of thy house, and thou shalt make them drink of the river of thy pleasures. For with thee is the fountain of life. In thy light shall we see light. O continue thy loving kindness unto them that know thee, and thy righteousness to the upright in heart. Let not the foot of pride come against me, and let not the hand of the wicked remove me. And this reminds me of how we're going to be protected during the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, Jeremiah 30:7. But it says, but he shall be saved out of it. That's talking about the elect. How Ratazah, that it's us. All right, let me get to Psalms 91. Psalms chapter 91, start at the top. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Didn't we just read about that? All right, that secret place is his truth. All right, which connects with Ezekiel 9:4, the Ta'awah. All right, is the Hebrew word for mark in Ezekiel 9:4 being an exemption from judgment, which is this understanding, Isaiah 33:6. This understanding is what's going to keep us safe and protected from the perils that are going to come upon not only America but the planet Earth, like the scriptures say in I believe 2 Ezra 16, it talks about how sorrows will come upon it on every side. Sluggy. Verse 2. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In him will I trust. The book of Judith. Right? I believe his name was it Achor or Achior? So like if I'm, butchering that. He was telling he was telling the heathen that basically, I think it was a general. He was telling him, he's like, look, if they're living in sin and they're not serving the Lord, they're vulnerable. But if they're tapped in one accord with the Most High God, who's Yahweh, and now Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rachahakudash, all right, if we're in line in one accord with Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Yahweh Yahushai, we're unstoppable. We can't be touched. We can't be triumph over. You're just going to make yourself look like a fool. But yet, Revelations 12 and 12, Esau, even knowing that, he don't care. He's still going to come down with great wrath, which, unfortunately, he's going to capture some of the members of the elect and, put them in the guillotine. All right, but it is what it is. Okay? Because ultimately, even though we're entering into a time of persecution, there's going to be a lot of miracles. There's going to be a lot of deliverance. There's going to be a lot of judgment going out on Esau and the 2/3, okay? And the rebels across the globe. Because the 2/3 just deals with here in the United States, in America, Babylon. All right, spiritual Sodom and Egypt. All right, the main time of persecution was back during the time of Rome, where they were torturing us and burning us and crucifying us and skinning us and doing all that BS. All right, now the story ain't going to be the same this time around. All right, it says in Isaiah that, the enemy will come in like a flood, but the Lord is going to lift up that standard. You're going to have martial law troops surrounding you, getting ready to capture you, zip tie your hands, and their thoughts and their mind, yeah, we're gonna take him to a camp and we're going to skin him from his legs up. And no, that's not the will of the Lord. They're going to take you to that camp, and all of a sudden you're going to get power. You're just going to break out the zip tie like it's nothing. Break it like it's paper. Then you're going to grab one of their arms and just rip it off. Throw it against the wall, and you're just going to throw a lightning bolt and blow him away. His whole flesh and everything's just going to melt. And then you're going to fly and blow right through the cement wall. It's going to get crazy, man. Like Brightburn activity. And we believe that. So y'all crazy. Y'all watch too many movies. No, you don't watch enough movies. That's your problem. You have your mind in a box. Okay? Anything is possible. Don't the scriptures say that? With Hamashiach, all things are possible. All right, with God, everything is possible. Don't the scriptures say these things? Hebrews 11 and 6. You need to have faith, man. All right, it's not all woe and sorrow and depression and death and stench of bodies. It's not all negative. There's a balance. Right? Proverbs 11 and 1. The Lord deals with balance. Okay? Get ready for both sides, bro. It's not just going to be whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, damn. We're serving the Lord, and we believe that we're going to be protected in that time. We don't need to worry. All right, let me jump down to verse 7. Psalms 91 and 7. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. What? These different plagues, these different judgments. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. So that's who it's ultimately for. Jacob's trouble ain't for the elect. Jacob's trouble is for the 2/3. Okay? These different, the famine, that's to kill the 2/3. All these things are for and ultimately the missiles being the ultimate plague, Zechariah 14 and 12, that's going to melt them. It's for the 2/3. Okay? So don't worry. So why are you worried, man? We just need to stay out the way, keep to ourselves, stay in the spirit, trust in the Lord, do what we need to do, and we'll be all right. Verse 9. Because thou hast made Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Okay? Point blank, period. Let me jump down to 14. It says, Because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and shew him my salvation. Now we know we're not looking for a long life here, but what is ultimately that long life? Salvation. Which, because we're not going to live for 1,000 years and die. That's fucking bullshit. I don't know where that doctrine came from, but it's utter horseshit. All right? When we receive those new bodies in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to live forever, because the wages of sin is death. Without sin, there's no death. There's no illness. There's no sorrow. There's no pain. There's no crying. Okay, we're going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. We just got to continue to trust in Yahweh B'Shem Shai and do what's required of us, and be fervent, be brotherly, keep the commandments to the best of our ability, but most importantly, have faith. Okay, so that's just something I just want to, put up. I just want to put something up. So Lord willing that it was edifying, exhorting. Before I close, I want to give all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Shai B'Shem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the Apostle Elder Gray Millstone. Shalom.